All right, Instructor Z here with Tactical Rifleman, and we got another great video for you. Profound knowledge just coming at you through the fucking internet. All right, so enjoy this. So, pistol fighting. I think there's a lot of discussion out there about how to carry your pistol in certain ways. And you know what? I don't deal in absolutes. I deal with what the situation requires, the totality of the event. And some things work at sometimes they don't work at other times. So just take it into consideration. Okay, so first off, if I got my pistol out, depending on several things, I might be hunting. I'm looking for the threat. I'm looking for who may be a threat to me, who may be a threat to others. That's self-defense situation. So whether I be clearing my house, whether I heard gunshots and I'm moving to the sound of gunfire like a tactical rifleman would, doesn't matter. There's different ways to do it, and I'm gonna give you some of the pros and cons of each. So let's talk about three different positions basically. All right, one of them is the Sewell Portuguese for south. So everybody's seen this when you see guys carrying like this, and there's a lot of bad things that I hear people on the interwebs saying, and you know, it has its place. It has its place. If you're moving like this into a house and I'm in close proximity to you or the threat around me, it can be pinned to my chest pretty easy. It's hard to get it up. Another con I would say is that your grip is broken, right? I'm not holding it this way, right? So I have to bring and scissor that grip in to get a better grip on it to start firing effectively multiple shots. So that could be a con, I guess. And your sights are harder to pick up because they're low, right? I got to bring them back up on line with my eyes and be able to see those sights again to place accurate shots. If I'm using my sights, I may be point shooting, right? Depending on how close I am. So you have that. Pros, I say it's very collapsible, right? You can bring it in tight. You know where the barrel is going at all times. I know I'm not flagging anybody unless they're right underneath me or their leg is here, and I can bring it around. I just got to be aware of it. It's a good administrative position as far as holding your gun. It has to be out of the holster and you're not doing anything actively with it at that time. So I mean, I think it's a good position, and I've used it many times. It just depends on what the situation is, and like I said, the totality of the event, the environment, and the situation altogether. So take it for what it's worth, the Sewell position. All right, so another one that I tend to do more often is the high carry position. So it's much like the Sewell. I got my touch points together. I've got my scissor point. I'm high and tight, obviously, and I can scissor right into a good position, but I keep it here in front of my face. And what that allows me to do is keep the gun on the same plane as my eyes. It keeps my head up. I'm looking for threats or whatever's going on in the environment around me, and the sights are right there. So I find that front sight post very quickly. It's very easy. Anytime somebody moves around me, I miss them because I'm aware of my gun because it's right here in front of my fucking face, right? So I can move it around. I'm very fluid with it, moving all around. I can go one hand, I can go two hands, bring it right from the center of my chest. You can tell I'm pretty biased here, and I like this thing. A takeaway, again, my grip is broken. I don't think that's that much of a big deal because it comes right in nicely if you practice this enough. Right, but your grip is broken to bring this back in retention area in the high ready position. Some people say a con is that it can accidentally be pointed at your chin. This is a fake gun, by the way, just for training purposes. I'm not pointing this at my chin if it was live, but I'm here like this, and yeah, if you don't have enough practice doing this, you don't have the time spent on the range, the competency built, and the preparation to make you confident, yeah, you might do that. You might do that to your buddy. You might point it at the back of his head, but that comes with muzzle awareness and manipulating the gun regularly during training and developing that ability in yourself, right? So I keep it here. I know it's up here. I know it's not pointing at my head because the gun's in front of my eyes, and it's aligned on a different plane than everything out here, and I can see this, I can see them, keeps my head up, keeps me aware. I like it. The last one I'll talk about, and it has its place, and I hear people bad mouthing it, and there's even guys out there that call themselves this. Temporal indexing, right? Temporal indexing up here, right? So moving around, essentially they pin this gun to their head, and wherever their head goes, that gun follows, and it's a way of subconsciously controlling that muzzle as I'm moving and doing other stuff. So I have the bandwidth to focus on that and not have to worry about accidentally muzzling somebody. I I don't use that one so much, and I have used it in certain schools that I've attended where they made us use that. What I think is that this is made from guys that had a lot of students where they didn't really know their competency level, or they had so many that they couldn't really allow guys to have freedom of movement and trust in their abilities when they wasn't directly over top of them during the drill or the training they were conducting. And it's a way in a vehicle sitting down to ensure that you've got your gun in a safe position while you're conducting the drill. You're not pointing at anybody's head trying to flag their head or whatnot while you're moving. So it's basically for the instructor's benefit to maintain command and control on the range and maintain safety. Some pros is, obviously, it is pretty safe, right? I know I can't point it at my own head. I know I can't point it at your head unless you're above me right now. And I know I can't point it at my legs if I'm sitting down in a vehicle because it's glued to my head. Some cons would be, it kind of masks my vision, right? It's periphery. The peripheral vision that I have to my left and right, I lost some of it over here on the right. Can't really see unless I turn my head. Another con I think is that I have one hand off the gun at all times. So if I was going to get into that good two-hand grip to fire multiple shots in a self-defense situation, I able to achieve that grip. It's not just simply a scissor movement like I did with the low or the high carry. All right, so those are my pros and cons for those 3 different positions. Some considerations for you is to try them out. Try them out with a toy gun or a training gun, fake gun, and see what you think. Try them on the range. See if you're able to manipulate around people's heads and what it gives you, what it takes away. And of course, if you get some airsoft, some sims, some non-lethal training munitions, right? You want to do force on force, you need to put it to the test, see what's good for you, see what keeps you safe, and also get your gun in the fight sooner rather than later. So it all comes from you putting the stuff into practice, conditioning yourself to react in certain situations and being ready. And I found that I need to have a combination of all those positions with my gun in order to be fluid in tight quarters around other people in a shooting or gunfighting situation. So consider it, see what you think, and let us know what your thoughts are, and we'll try to get back to you on it. So summing that up, this is Instructor Z, this is Tactical Rifleman. Profound knowledge bombs, no? Okay, maybe, coming at you. But give us a look, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. Every Friday we'll have a new video for you. Thank you.
If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter so you don't miss out on anything.